Former Trump officials were not happy over January 6th, and it's mainly because it made them look bad. Now, this is according to newly released records from the January 6th committee, and they showed text messages exchanged between Julie Radford, Ivanka Trump's former aide, and former White House political advisor Hope Hicks. So now Hicks, who previously served as Trump's communication director, wrote that any Trump staffers, and this is after January 6th, who didn't have jobs lined up will be perpetually unemployed. To which I say, good. Good. But from her perspective, not good. Quote, "I'm so mad and upset. We all look like domestic terrorists now."
Oh my God, he admitted.
Or in this case, she. I didn't say it. She said it. We look like domestic terrorists now. True. Very, very true. Now, look, what this actually really does tell you is that these people, a lot of people in the White House, by the way, knew exactly what Donald Trump was up to, knew exactly how bad January 6th was. But it also tells you that they only really cared about themselves. They didn't care about what was actually happening on that day. It just, oh my God, no, what about my future job prospects? And nobody's going to hire me now. As opposed to, oh my God, the president of the United States just tried to block a peaceful transfer of power and supported insurrectionists on the Capitol grounds. That shows you who they actually are. Because of course. But there's more. Referring to Trump's targeting of then Vice President Mike Pence after he had refused to help Trump overturn the election, Hicks wrote this in her text messages. Attacking the VP? WTF is wrong with him? A lot. A lot. It amazes me how much of a blind spot many of the people who work for Trump had. I mean, it is a blind spot. How could you not see who Donald Trump was? It's incredibly obvious. It's been obvious. How long did you work for him? How long did you work for him? Years. Years. How long did you know him? And you just found this out. Oh my God, it turns out the guy's a monster. You know they noticed. They knew it because look, here's what I think. There's only two kind of people who surrounded Trump. People who like to be used and maybe abused. You know. Because.
Sexual anarchy.
Okay, no, maybe not that way. But there were also the people who wanted to use Donald Trump. I believe that Hicks and Radford are the latter. They wanted to use Trump in order to position themselves into power. So, I mean, why wouldn't you surround yourself or be, surround the president of the United States because he's president of the United States? Why wouldn't you serve in the White House? Then they realize, oh my God, this guy's insane. What is wrong with him? Oh, now it's going to make us look bad. Well, you tied yourself to that ship. You fucked around, you're going to find out. Or you're finding out. So now Radford had noted that in one day, Trump ended every future opportunity that doesn't include speaking engagements at the local Proud Boys chapter, and that she'd been crying for an hour. Oh, boo. Oh, sad. Baby. Don't care. Hicks reiterated, this made us all unemployable. Like, untouchable. God, I am so fucking mad. Radford replied, I know. Like there isn't a chance of finding a job. Again, all they care about is how this makes them look to future employers. I was going to cash in. I was going to cash in so hard. And it looks like I can't. I just can't. Finally, in a clear reference to Alyssa Farah Griffith's resignation from her White House communications director role 1 month prior to January 6th, Hicks mentioned to Radford that Alyssa, quote, like a genius. If you've ever watched her interview, I don't exactly come away with that, with that feeling watching her, but Okay, I guess in the context of her quitting the White House before it screwed over her, future career prospects, I guess you could say she was a genius, that she didn't basically light her future on fire and then, flush it down the toilet, or have Trump flush it down the toilet.
People are flushing toilets 10 times, 15 times, where the water rushes out to sea because you could never handle
You
it.
could just never handle it. The damage that I've just caused to my career. But again, terrible people. Now, that said, with Alyssa, when asked about why she had resigned, she said, quote, "I was advised by the campaign to stand down. That wouldn't be the message." Now, what message is she referring to? Well, that was a message of her saying, "We lost." That was pretty much it. She said, "It looks like we lost," or she was going to say, "On behalf of the administration, it looks like we lost, but Republicans were able to turn out record Hispanic support, record African American support, and we helped get a record number of women elected to the House of Representatives." And said we weren't going to be acknowledging the loss, and they were going to pursue avenues to reconcile that. And I'm of the mind that it's foundational to our democracy that if you think there was fraud or irregularities, the president absolutely should pursue legal recourse to determine if there was. I made the decision to step down in December because I saw where this was heading, and I wasn't comfortable being part of sharing this message to the public that the election results might go a different way. I didn't see that to be where the facts lay. So basically, that's somebody who's deeply conservative saying, guys, I'm out. This is stupid. We obviously lost 60 court cases. They don't have any evidence at all. What are we doing? We're just being stupid because of one man's ego. And so, of course, for that alone, she ends up being considered one of the smart ones. That is to say that she obviously does not desire a future in Republican politics, because if she did, she probably would have stayed with the base, who believes that the election was stolen. Or else you might, but of course, people who had served in the Trump administration, they had to go two ways, right? They continue to stay with the crazy, they continue to stay with Trump in order to ride the coattails as much as they can for what little opportunity they have. And then there's the ones who quit, don't do very well in elections, at least up until the midterm, but end up either going to TV or going to corporate America, becoming a lobbyist, etc. And so Alyssa Farah, she went on to, go on to The View and I guess success is too much of a word, really, to describe what she does, but makes money. A lot more money than I do. A lot more money than any of us do. So I guess that's a success in their mind. Sure. But that said, staying with Trump, well, it's a ticket to nowhere, basically. You no longer are you even guaranteed an election because the vast majority of Americans, even Republicans, are kind of sick of pushing that narrative, even if they personally believe it. So either way, for them, people like Hope Hicks and other staffers who didn't get away in time, hey, that's splash damage. You're part of the collateral damage, and you were warned before, if Donald Trump goes down, you're going to go with him. Well, that's what happens. Fuck around and find out.